Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I've just realised that I've not been saying my name in my intro, so for anyone who's new here, hi, my name's Stacey, welcome. Today's video I have decided to dedicate to mums. It's Mother's Day in a few weeks time and I just feel like, well, I know how I felt when I was a new mum. Like I just wanted to look like I wasn't dead. So I'm going to show you like what I would do as a makeup that you can throw on quickly if you've got 10 minutes spare before you need to leave to go, I don't know, on the school run or to playgroup or to drop your children to nursery. All the products that I'm using today are like durable. I want stuff that's going to stay in place because we don't have time to touch up our faces throughout the day. And I tried to buy as much as I can from Boots so that it's not too expensive, but where I couldn't find what I was looking for, I've had to go back to my tried and trusted favourites and stick with those. So if you're looking for something that's quick, easy and long wearing, please keep watching. Right, so first of all I'm going to start with my brows. I'm using a brow pencil from NYX, which is really good value for money actually. I've never tried theirs before. This is the first time I've used it and I was quite impressed with the nib of the brow pencil. It's really thin, so that was definitely a win for me. And I'm just filling in some of the gaps in my brows. I'm going to try and do this in real time, so wish me luck. Yeah, it's so nice. This might replace my spiked brow pencil, to be honest, because the nib's thinner. So it means you can draw much more realistic eyebrows with this. And then just use, and also I love that it's got a spoolie on the end, and my MAC pencil does not have a spoolie on the end, so until they do that, I think this is my new favourite. It comes in 8 different colours and it's £8. That's nice and easy to remember. So I'm going to move on to my concealer now, and one of my followers reminded me of a drugstore type concealer, which is the LA Girl one, and I do actually have that, but then I remembered there's a reason why I don't use it, and it just, on me, it creases quite a lot and it makes me look older, and nobody wants to look older unless you are 7 years old. Then you want to be older, but at my age I'm hanging on to my youth as much as I can, so I'm going to stick with this because it's for me, it's like the perfect balance of moisture and staying power. Also, I was going to say as well, sometimes it's quicker to use brushes than it is to use fingers. I find for me, for doing concealer, it's much faster just to use a brush. I'm using a Zoeva 228, is that what it's called? Yeah, 228 crease brush. So it's actually for like shadowing the crease, but it's just the right density and the right fluffiness for blending in your concealer super quick. Now, if I had a bit more time and this wasn't like a fast makeup, I'd do my brow highlight with the same concealer, but because we're saving time today, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move straight on to my eyeshadow products. So I've got 2 new things. I got the Infallible Eye Paint from, I can't remember who's this from, L'Oreal, and then I got the Revlon Colour Stay Cream eyeshadow as well. For this, I'm going to use my fingers because this is really quick and easy. So it's 16 hours or up to 16 hours wear. This is a really beautiful copper colour, and the name of this one is Take a Bow, 405, Take a Bow. And I'm just going to use my finger and blend that on. And do the same on this eye. And then a tiny bit more. Ring finger for the win. And then to add a little bit more light and brightness to the eye, which, you know, who doesn't need that, mum or not, I'm taking my Colour Stay cream eyeshadow from Revlon, and this colour is 710, and it's like a champagne goldy kind of colour, and I'm just going to pop that just in the middle. And you can see it adds a bit more light to the middle than this eye. Okie doke. So that's cool. They're both £6 or £5.99, and they both have up to 16 hours wear, so that's a plus as well. I'm going to move on to my mascara, and I'm using my Max Factor Masterpiece mascara. This is a drugstore. I hate that term drugstore. It just feels so weird saying it, but you know what I mean. Like, this is a Boots style mascara. What do we call those in the UK? Are they called drugstores and we just don't say it? We just say the name? Anyway. I love the wand on this mascara. I love that it's really black, and on me it doesn't flake, it doesn't cake, it doesn't clump, and it doesn't smudge. So if you're on the lookout for a mascara that you can pick up from Boots or Superdrug, I definitely recommend this one. And then a little bit on the bottom, not too much. Okay, so I'm going to move on to foundation now. That was much trickier for me to find. Actually, just in general, complexion products are quite difficult to find in Boots. And I went to a massive one. I went to the one in Piccadilly Circus, which is the big one, and the shade range or the shade options there wasn't great. So I took my own sample pots with me because I'm not going to waste money on foundation. I like what I like. So in order for me to buy something, it has to like tick that box for me to get it. So I took samples of True Caramel and Cocoa. This foundation I think is about £10 and it has a claim of 24-hour wear, so we'll see how that goes. This is the first time I'm using it, so I'll leave a little like review almost or first impressions on my Instagram later on today so you can see how it wears. Cocoa is, how can I describe this colour? Yeah, it's kind of, it's not really red but it's not yellow either. It's kind of in between the two, so I'm just gonna take some of that and pop it on. And then I'm using my Real Technique sponge. Another tip, it's not really a trick, but you don't always have to use like those fixing sprays, whatever. You can just run this under the hot tap, which is what I've done. I'm just going to use this to blend into this foundation. It's just a tiny bit red for my skin. A little bit too red. So I'm going to mix a tiny bit of the True Caramel. Oh, let's put a tiny bit on my forehead. I don't wear much foundation on my forehead, but just do a little bit. It's just reading a little red here. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of this True Caramel colour in this area, and hopefully that should bring the yellow back to my face. Because it might look okay, but you have to remember, look at my chest is, oh, it doesn't show, I'll show you. My chest is really yellow. So I can't afford for my face to look too red, otherwise it just, yeah, it looks weird. Okay, a bit more concealer. Concealer and mascara are my two favourite eye things. Quickly whack this on with the brush again. And then just smush it in with my sponge. Okie doke. And then for cheeks, I couldn't find a blusher that I was really in love with. There were some things that were okay, but nothing was like, so I didn't love anything enough for me to part with my hard-earned cash. So I'm going to stick to something that you've seen me do on my channel before, and you'll probably keep seeing me do this because it is something that I love to do, but I'm going to use a liquid lipstick as a blusher. This one's from Sephora. It's a really hot pink colour. You can just find any hot pink if you want to anyway, a hot pink liquid lipstick. And I'm literally just going to use 3 fingers, pat, 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 and just work that into the skin. And the reason why I love doing these is because liquid lipsticks are designed to last a really long time on the lip. So they last a really long time on the cheek. And they're very thin. They don't leave a lot of product build-up on the face. So I love doing this. Done. Back to my sponge and just work it in again, so it looks really fresh and natural. For my lips, I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the colour Praline. This is like my go-to type of shade for nude for my complexion. It smells really lovely. It's not very sticky. You don't need a mirror. You can just put it on. Done. And so finally, I'm just going to set everything. Like I said, complexion was a bit of a struggle. I couldn't find a powder that I really loved either, so I'm just going to stick with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, and I'm just going to use this underneath my eyes. I'm using a Real Techniques Bold Metals brush in 300 and just set my under eyes and around my nose and a little bit here. And there you have it, guys, a really simple, quick, easy and fresh makeup that us mums can quickly throw on when we have less than 10 minutes to get our full face on. I really like the way this turned out as well. I know it's another simple, natural makeup, but I feel like that's what people are really yearning for, and it's the kind of makeup style that I really love to wear. This, if I wasn't talking in camera, would take me between 5 or 10 minutes. It's so simple to do. I love how natural everything looks, like my skin looks real, because you don't really want to show up, I don't know, at a playgroup looking like you're off to the Oscars or something. It just looks a bit out of place, but this just works so well. The lip gloss is really easy to wipe off and reapply when it comes to kissing your kids, because I kiss my son all the time, so this is something that I can easily wipe off and then put back on and not have to worry about a liner and a mirror and all that kind of stuff. The eye products I love as well. The colours are really pretty and very easy to wear, and I'm always going to do the blush trick with a liquid lipstick because it just stays all day. So this is it. This is at least an 8-hour day face in less than 10 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Bye!